You know who's cool? iTemp. That's who's cool. Many new people are here because of him, and this introduction is my thank you. Thanks a lot, fam. This is a video about blame, but more importantly, who deserves my righteous justice fingering and who doesn't. What this video definitely isn't is a passive-aggressive aside at my friend Fredo, who made an excellent, well thought out but thoroughly wrong video about power-ups and power weapons and how devs should bring them back for the sake of all of us, blah 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 blah. The details of his argument are a little fuzzy as I didn't really listen. My ego buffer engaged when certain dangerous ideas challenged my presupposed thoughts about all things first-person shooter related. I spent most of the video dismissing everything he said before he even finished saying it. You know, like a fake intellectual like me does whenever someone comes out with something that I don't agree with. In a reduction that would make any seasoned Gallic chef proud when making a gravy, Fredo's argument comes down to this. Don't get angry when people abuse shit in a game, play a different, better made game. Sounds perfectly logical, doesn't it? But like most charismatic charlatans before him, Fredo has a great talent for making complete bollocks sound like the truth. He'd make an excellent radical preacher in another age, sending naive, gullible people to their deaths in his cause. Although the iconoclast in him would probably get him killed, as he's too fond of cool stuff like stand-up comedy and pussy to really be a tyrant. Anyway, onto my bullshit that I'm passing off as sage wisdom. So basically, he sees the problem as the way a game is made and not how people behave. Fine. Don't have a go at people for playing like total bitches when the game encourages it. Okay. But as the Schwanz points out, there's an interesting cultural difference between how Americans and Brits process their displeasure. Americans tend to say the game or the system is broken, whereas Brits take shots at the individual and how they interact with said system. But more plainly, I rage at the MLG tactical genius in the corner instead of the corner itself for being there in the first place. In a game like COD, we're given a myriad of choices. Move or don't move, kill whore or play the objective, etc, etc. I've always maintained that while I could play passively and get easy picks all day long, I neither have the will or the inclination to do so. The same with how I play Recon in Battlefield. I always feel that it's a personal choice, and as such the blame belongs to the person who makes the choice, not the system that allows such faggotry to even be an option. The thing is, I know why that cultural difference exists. British people live in a country where we have pubs older than the entire United States. There's too much history here to be able to change everything so drastically. We're pragmatists. We make the best of what already is while changing what we can. That's why I blame the person and not the system. Ever since my first game of COD 4, I recognised that if you play like a twat, you did better. But I don't want to be that guy. I don't want my offspring to be tarnished by my cowardice. Americans, on the other hand, are idealists. They believe that they can have anything they want because they're fickle, vain and entitled. Sure, you can have the freedom to drink sodas so large they give you type 2 diabetes in one serving, but you should probably choose not to do so. Aside from that, I think it's ironic that such a rampant free market industrialist like Fredo doesn't agree with a pinko socialist commie like me when I campaign for greater personal responsibility. There's only one problem. The world isn't changed by reasonable men or pragmatists. It's changed by people who simply won't stand for this shit anymore. So I guess Fredo's right in the end. It's time to kick out the jams, motherfucker!